Anybody got a prescription, yeah, for this love pain? Anybody got a pill like a pop for this love pain? Anybody got a prayer like a session for this love pain, yeah? Ooh, I need it for this love pain. Anybody got a prescription, yeah, for this love pain? Anybody got a pill like a pop for this love pain? Anybody got a prayer like a session for this love pain, yeah? Ooh, I need
for this love pain. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are happening to call in. Oh my God. Okay, start over. Wherever you happen to be in the world today. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Everything is gonna be all right. Yes, yes it is. Yes it is. Yes it is. Come on in here and hang out with me this morning because I see I got an error, so I'm not broadcasting to a couple of pages, but that's okay. That's perfectly all right. So this morning, I want to kind of talk about, before I get started, if you're new to the broadcast and you want to say something to me, then make sure you give Streamyard permission to show me your comments, okay? So what am I talking about today? I'm talking about inspiration. Well, the topic says what inspires me to go further, but I want to ask you too, because inspiration is personal. It's very personal. And what inspires me may not inspire you, right? So I want to kind of talk about what inspires me, but I would love a comment from you and just let me know what inspires you, what motivates you. Because I think motivation and inspiration are two different things. Because motivation is like temporary. You know, when you can listen to a motivational speech and it's good while you're listening to it, and then after that it's gonna. But when you're inspired, you can be inspired every day. I mean, you can inspire yourself. Actually, if you're inspired by what you do, then it motivates you to get up and get going, right? So what inspires me? To go further and do more is knowing I can make a difference in the world, and it's going to have a positive impact on somebody's life, or it's going to really matter to someone. Oprah says that, the reason why she used to do all those giveaways and all that sort of thing was because she had the disease to please. And I, at one point, had that as well. I would do things for people because I just wanted to please them. I wanted them to be happy. I wanted them to be happy, but I also wanted them to be happy with me. And when I started to realize that they were only happy with me when I gave them stuff or when I did stuff for them, then it started to click. Oh, okay. No, you don't need to do that, because if people are going to like you, they're going to like you regardless of whether you do things for them or not. Real friends don't keep scorecards. They don't say, well, I did this, this, and this for you. You need to do this for me. No, real friends don't do that. And so it inspires me to know that I've learned those lessons. That's inspirational to me, that along my journey of life, it might have taken a while. Actually did take a long time for me to actually realize that. And there are times I fall back into that habit of having that disease to please, but it doesn't last long because I realize that my time is valuable. What I have acquired in my life is valuable. I don't need to give it to anybody for them to like me or dislike me, whatever they happen to do. And if they're going to like me, they like me for the person that I am, faults and all. Right. So that inspires me to know that I learned that lesson. Now, what inspires me also is my love of people. I like to people watch. Did any of you like to people watch? I love to people watch. And what the reason why I do that is that I like to see people's reactions to things. I love to see people laugh. That just inspires me more than anything. Because I like to smile. I like to laugh. And you've probably noticed that. But it inspires me to see other people do it. Children, oh my God, kids inspire me more than anything, because I was talking to my son the other day, and my grandson was talking in the background, right? And he was laughing and singing and doing all these things, and it just made my whole face light up. Even though he couldn't see it, my whole face it was just like I had this smile on my face that, I mean, I was smiling so much it hurt. It was just like, and then he and his father, my son, were counting together, right? So they were counting. He would say one, my grandson would say two, and he would say three, and my grandson would say four. And this was just so inspirational to me. And just seeing the tenacity of children and how they learn and that sort of thing, that inspires me. It inspires me when other people that I know succeed. I get extremely inspired. Like, I have some people that I've been in different Facebook groups with, and then I see their growth, and I see how they're growing in their lives and in their businesses, and that inspires me. That just is like, yes, go ahead. You're sitting in the background cheering and going on, and I may or may not always let them know that I'm cheering for them in the background, but I am. I'll see a post or I'll see something that indicates, "Good morning, Nadine," that they're doing what they set out to do, and they're succeeding at it, and it's just inspirational, right? So here's some questions that I ask myself about, when I get a little down, because sometimes, we get a little down. We have those days or those hours or those minutes where you just don't feel like doing anything, right? And so you have to find that inspiration for yourself. And so the questions that I ask myself when I'm feeling like that is, "Hey, Viv, what inspires you? Come on, think of something. What inspires you? Are you inspired by the success of other people? Then go on Facebook and look up some of your friends and see what they're doing. See how they're succeeding. Are you inspired by your own success and your drive? Write down some of your successes for the day. Those small wins. It doesn't have to be anything gigantic. You don't even have to have gotten to your ultimate goal. What are the small wins you had for that day or the day before, whatever it was, and celebrate that. And that can be very, very inspirational to you, to keep you just to go further, to keep going, right? Is your inspiration short-lived or long-term? Now, like I said, inspiration and motivation are different. Motivation is pretty much short-term. It's like going to, like when we go to our company events, right? I mean, the energy in that room is like magnetic, and people are so hyped and they're just ready to do any and everything. And some people will go from the event and just keep it going, right? But sometimes you can go, then all of a sudden crash, unless you're inspired. If you're inspired by what you hear, if you're inspired by what's going on there, then you will keep going, right? So there has to be, you have to identify what it inspires you. And if somebody else's success is not inspiring you, you need to start looking within yourself to see, am I being selfish? Am I having some form of jealousy? If that's the case, get rid of that, because that's not going to do you any good. It's not going to hurt them, because they don't even know, right? First of all. And then secondly, what all jealousy does is to hold you back, because then you start making excuses. Be inspired by somebody else's success. There are so many people that I like run into on Facebook groups or within my business or whatever that inspire me. I have a friend and a business partner. Her name is Nix, and she posts these inspirational, motivational quotes every day. That inspires me. I have another friend and business partner. Her name's Tiffany. She is coming out of her comfort zone, and she's posting stuff on Facebook where she normally wouldn't have. And she just got into this business, but she's learning every single day, and that inspires me. My friend Georgette Thurston, she has a YouTube channel where she does mind and body personal development kind of thing. And the way she just smiles at people and then helps people in the background. She doesn't necessarily post all the stuff that she does for somebody, but she helps them in the background. She keeps it to herself, but that's the thing. She's still helping people, right? So it doesn't matter. And that inspires me. And to see from when I first met her to where she is now, oh my God, the inspiration of that growth is just magnetic, right? So, like I said, I talked to my son, and my grandson just inspires both of my grandchildren inspire me, because they're both very, very smart little kids. My granddaughter's 14 now. Oh my God, she's 14. Okay. Yeah, she's 14, and my grandson is 3. And it's just the way they love each other inspires me. My kids inspire me, because my children are my heart. It's the growth that they've had over the years. When they were kids, and the things that they did when they were kids, and now that they're doing with now that they're grown-ups. My son inspires me because he's a great father, and it just inspires me. And so what inspires me the most is that I have so many people out there in my life, in my business, in my personal life, in my relationships, that pour into me their knowledge, their love, their inspiration, their motivation. And so when on those days when somebody's out there trying to knock me down, or I just don't feel like things are going that well, I'll either look at somebody's post, or I'll call somebody, or whatever, and I can get that external inspiration. And then it bolsters me to rev up my internal inspiration, if that makes any sense. So what inspires you? Find that out. Ask yourself those questions. Not necessarily, you come up with your own questions, but just ask yourself those questions. What inspires me? Especially on those days when you're not feeling it, ask yourself what inspires you, and then go do that, or look at that, or whatever it is. Okay. Because that'll help you to keep going. Ask yourself, if I am inspired by other people's success, let me go check out some of my friends and see what they're doing, see how they're getting along, right? Are you inspired by your own success? Like I said, write stuff down, go back and look at it. Oh my God, I'm doing great. I am inspired again. Let me get on up out of here and stop this foolishness and get on with my day, right? And identify whether your inspiration is short-lived or long-term. Long-term meaning that it's in here, right? The short-lived part are those maybe motivational speeches, the books you read or whatever. Those things are inspirational, but are they long-term? Probably not, because there's a temporary fix, right, for what you're doing at the moment. So be inspired. It'll help you to go further and further and further, and it'll help you also not to quit. That's the thing. Don't quit, because what motivates me, what inspires me may not inspire you, but find out what inspires you and go for that. Okay, guys, I'm going to go now and get more inspiration by doing some other things that I need to do for the day. And I will talk to you tomorrow. But in the meantime, I wish you peace. I wish you love. And I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Nadine. Talk to you later.